Hey, what's up, geeks and gamers? It's Lethal Lightning coming at you from the land down under, and this one we're going to be talking about Batwoman. Now, just full transparency, I have seen the first episode, the pilot episode, and personally, look, it's bad. It's far from good, but I really don't think it's anywhere near as bad as what a lot of other people are saying. It's certainly not as bad as 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, but Rotten Tomatoes is a fucking joke anyway. And it's certainly nowhere near as bad as those cringy trailers and that horrible marketing made it look like. Now, pretty much all the problems that we thought were going to be in here are here. They're clearly there. But as a show, like the episode, I just didn't think it was all that horrible, but that's just my opinion. So we're going to be talking about Forbes, my favourite shill media site, and how they're trying to justify people not liking this show as just racist, sexists, all that crap. We know how it is. So let's just jump right into it. Batwoman is getting IMDb and Rotten Tomato review bombed for its lesbian lead. Unfortunately, that's only the second dumbest thing I've read today. Who's this one by? Paul Tassi. His hair kind of looks like Ruby Rose's. Huh. Today, in sadly but not surprising news, in the wake of its debut past Sunday, the newest addition to the Arrowverse, the CW's Batwoman, is currently getting roasted by fans, brackets, fans, on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes after just one episode. Well, okay, maybe people aren't fans of the show because they're giving it bad reviews because there's only one episode to base it off. So I'd say people maybe are probably not fans of this, and they're letting everyone know, they're putting their voice out there on a public forum to tell people, hey, we don't like this. So that makes total sense to me. Batwoman currently sits at a 3.2 out of 10 and an 8% audience score on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes respectively. Ouch. See, again, I personally think that's a bit low. Here how it compares to other Arrowverse shows. So The Flash got a 7.8 and a 72%. Green Arrow got a 7.5 and a 69%. Legends of Tomorrow got 6.8 and a 71%. And Supergirl got a 6.4 and a 54%. 54%, sorry. You can say the order of those may be subjective, but they're all hovering around the same range. Not so much with Batwoman, which has Ruby Rose playing Katie Kane, Bruce Wayne's cousin, who has a passion for social justice and a flair for speaking her mind. Uh-oh. That was what I said when I first heard that was how they described the show. A passion for social justice and a flair for speaking my mind. I also said, uh-oh. So I agree with him there. She's a lesbian. No one freaking cares. As Kate Kane is in the comics. Exactly. No one, I don't think many people actually care that this fictional character is a lesbian, especially when she's a lesbian in the comics. And look, when the comics are done right, okay, look, Batwoman, Kate Kane, is a great member of the Bat family. She has fantastic stories. She's just an all-round great character, and that's what does my head in so much. Kate Kane is a good character. Unlike Carol Danvers, who hasn't been a good character in like 6 years, thank God that porn parody came out and gave that character some respect again. But Kate Kane's always been good. Always been a good character in my opinion. There's been some stories here and there like anyone else that's kind of been a bit but they don't normally, well, they do so much these days, but they don't normally force the fact that she's a lesbian upon you. It's just a thing. It's just part of her origin story. She's a girl who likes to get with girls. Cool, whatever. Look, aren't we all supposed to just be toxic people anyway? At its most basic form, we dudes like that sort of stuff at its most basic form. So I don't know what he's getting at here, but look, no one really cares that she's a lesbian because it's comic accurate. That makes people like me happy. And the pilot includes a storyline about her ex-love interest who decided to stay in the PMC training despite anti-gay persecution, while Kane left and refused to bow to the pressure. Damn right, Kate Kane don't need no system. You can argue that, well, Batwoman is just bad, because it is, and as an explanation for those low scores. But I mean, after watching the pilot, it's certainly not significantly worse than any pilot we've seen on the Arrowverse so far. I disagree. Green Arrow pilot was fantastic, and the Flash pilot was pretty good as well. A lot better than this one. This one's probably the weakest one, to be honest. Since you kind of know what you're getting with CW superhero shows at this point, I agree with that, to an extent. I think it's a bit far-fetched to expect it to be Broadway level acting on a CW show. And Ruby Rose has never been a good actress. She's never been a good actress. She used to host a music video show here. So, yeah, I don't even know how she got into acting. The action is fine. I agree. I thought the fight scene was okay. It wasn't horrible. Rose is good as Kane. I thought she was a lot better in the Elseworlds crossover. I really liked the Elseworlds crossover where they introduced her as Batwoman. I thought she was decent in that. But at the end of the day, Ruby Rose is not a good actress. That's not me taking a shot at her. I really don't have a whole lot against Ruby Rose personally, but she can't act. She's not a good actress. And there's nothing to warrant these rock bottom audience scores unless there's a review bombing campaign to some extent, something that sites like Rotten Tomatoes said they were going to push back against for at least movies. This also happened to Captain Marvel for similar social justice reasons. Social justice reasons. What a thing to write. What a thing to write. You actually got to sit there and type that. Okay, but that does not seem to have taken effect in the TV shows. Look, we all remember what happened with Rotten Tomatoes and Captain Marvel. Whatever tiny little bit of dignity and integrity that Rotten Tomatoes had died with Captain Marvel. We were watching them delete scores, reviews, to bump up the average score. You're like, pretty crazy. And look, this whole thing that there's this review bombing campaign. What campaign? Show me where this campaign is. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen this massive organization on Twitter or Facebook groups or subreddits saying we're all going to go out and review bomb this Batwoman show. It doesn't exist. People just genuinely didn't like it. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. Now this just goes on and on for a little bit. There was one little thing I wanted to touch on here. Here it is. On IMDb, you can see usernames, but on Rotten Tomatoes, they have at least the first names listed for fan reviews and sometimes photos. Of the first 100 reviews I counted, 95 appear to be written by men. Who cares? And 2 of the 5 women gave it a positive score. The only 2 positive scores I saw out of all 100. Okay, now look, I am no mathematician here, but if 2 people out of 5 like something, they're in the minority there. That's not a problem, you know, you like what you like. Like I said, I didn't think it was as bad as everyone's saying. But this whole, you know, we got to justify the fact that the only 2 people that liked it happened to be women. Well, it seems like more women didn't like it than actually liked it, based off this own person's numbers. So I really don't know what point they're trying to prove here. You know, honestly, this is just a pretty piss-weak attempt by Forbes. Again, one of my favorite shill media outlets. It's just a piss-weak attempt by them to try and justify the show getting a bad score. A bad score for a fictional show on the internet is where they're putting these numbers up. Apparently this really makes them freak out. So it's good to just point at them, laugh, you know, I like to do it, but it's just totally ridiculous. Like, why can't you just say, like, look, people didn't like the first episode. How do we improve? What can we take from these reviews and improve the show going forward? If it does go forward, I don't know what the deal is with that, but we'll wait and see. Time will tell. But what do you guys think of all this nonsense? Did you like the Batwoman episode? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to put a big thumbs up on it because that does help Geeks and Gamers. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video around, all that good stuff. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next video. Uru.
Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.